Thank you, Creator, for all that you do, all that you have done, all you continue to do, and all that is to come. I love you. You know I love you. The time is 7:20, 20 minutes after 7. It is Friday at the start of the day, leaving from out of the night, and it's October 21st. Now, as you can see, it is the cardboard cutout moon right there. The one that I showed y'all the other day. Maybe you can see the little black ball over the top of it now right there. Maybe you can see it. And then the bottom of it is lit up. And it be lit up so bright that, like, if you zoom in on it, it turned into almost a ball. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can't darken it up. Yeah, so even with the darkening it up, you can't see that black ball. But that's the cardboard cutout moon. Now check this out. I showed y'all it the other day and showed y'all that it be way up in the sky like that. See? But look, the eternal energy spirit being that y'all call the sun is getting ready to come up, right? But check this out. Like I said, they spray all night. So you see all that? Let me zoom out. Let me zoom out real quick. There we go. Let me zoom out. You see all that? That's come from them spraying all night long. You know what I'm saying? So over here in this area, they got to continue to spray. They spray all night long, and then they do it all day long to keep the sky covered. You know what I'm saying? They got to try to keep the sky covered. And then, so my question is this. If the eternal energy spirit being is getting ready to come up right now, and I see him coming up, but this cardboard cutout moon is up there, where's that moon gonna go at? Is anybody else gonna see it? Because this is the start of the day. And if it's keeping this appointed place, it's got to make it cycle. So it's got to go out, stay on this little path, right? So somebody else during the day in the area that I'm in, somewhere else in this area, should be able to see that cardboard cutout moon. Once that eternal energy spirit being that y'all call the sun come up, people should still be able to see it at cardboard cutout moon. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to, stay on this course, right? No, but you know what? Ain't nobody gonna see it, because either one or two things. Either they are covering the sky up with all these chemicals and these false pharmakia clouds that they put up in the sky to cover it up so nobody will see it. Or once it gets a certain time, those that think that they are the powers that be will cut the power off. They'll cut the power off and the hologram will go out. You know what I'm saying? Whichever the case may be, But that's not normal for the moon to be up there in the eternal energy spirit being that y'all call the sun to be coming up. It's not. It's not supposed to be doing that. And I just wanted to so I try to give me some rest, you know what I'm saying? And before I try to give me some rest, I took and scrolled and took a look at this guy's channel, you know what I'm saying? And I came across another guy's channel, and he be, looking in the sky, you know what I'm saying? He be looking in the sky. I seen one video, he got some fantastic video on I guess it's a Instagram or some type of page like that. But he got some beautiful footage of the moon. Like, it was almost like he was standing right next to it. You know what I'm saying? He must got a magnificent camera, because it was almost looked like he was standing next to it taking pictures. But he got some beautiful pictures of the moon, You see all that pharmakia nonsense? Because they been spraying all night. They been spraying all night, bruh. All night. But anyway, so I was looking at his little video, right? and I noticed he started speaking about his he had been he had been tapped out. You know what I'm saying, on his page. And he was speaking about he had been tapped out on his page for something that he had said that violated some YouTube guidelines, community guidelines. The same thing they'd be hitting your channels up with. Because they didn't hit my channel up with a couple of community guidelines and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he was speaking about, they tagged him. And he said, I guess the tag is that he couldn't make comments or something. Either he couldn't get comments or receive comments. So I never got, if I did get a tag like that, I didn't see it. But I know I done had, messages, comments come through and people, say, did you get my comment? And I'd be like, I didn't get no comment. So they making it to where you may not get no comments or your comments may not go out. So I was looking at his little channel and stuff, and he was saying that, and as I listened, he was getting comments though. People was able to give him comments, but he couldn't get none. And he was like, even though he was getting comments, he couldn't make no comments. But he said, I also can't make no comments on my page. He said he couldn't make comments himself because he did something and tried to get it. And he was like, he can't put a comment on his own page, like making a statement, to make a pinned statement or something like that, maybe. I don't know. But I was like, man, that's messed up. But they already had been doing that. Because when I first started this little channel and stuff, I just was like, well, ain't nobody asking no questions or nothing. So, either they gonna get the truth and start doing the research for themselves or they are not. You know what I'm saying? I was just told to give the truth of the information that come to me, so this will give them the thought to want to look up this and research this information for yourself. See, this is part of the problem. We always allowed others to teach us. And this is the reason why the book set up here and tell us in the book, knowledge will have to increase. Knowledge will have to increase. A lot of people think that they talking about this technology nonsense. It's technology nonsense been upgrading, since it been upgrading. Ever since the beast system got started. They always been upgrading the technology. The only thing that has never upgraded is the population of the DNA in the creation of their knowledge. As you can see, it's a lot of things that we still don't know. And it's a lot of things that we are just now beginning to know. Because we have always depended on this beast system to teach us. And they did exactly what they said they was going to do. They taught us. But just because they taught us, what did they teach us? They taught us exactly what and how they wanted to teach us. To only know what we wanted, to only know what they wanted us to know, and to keep us to where we would never know what we need to know. So I was told to put the truth of information out that I receive, and I've been doing that. And it's on ourselves. Because here's the thing. I could do the research, and out of the research that I did, I could do all of that, and I could put all of that information on the channel. I could put it all on there. I could explain it all. But then it's not going to resonate within you because I'm telling it to you. It's not going to resonate within you. It's not going to stick. It's not going to hold. It's not going to hold because somebody else is telling you this. It is already being destroyed throughout the population that you cannot trust nobody else's word. Even though I'm telling you the truth, you cannot trust nobody else's word. It's just not going to resonate with you. It's not going to sit still. It's not going to stick. The only way that you're going to be able to get the truth and know the truth is if you call out on the Creator and you start doing the research so that you can get the information that you need to get out of the books, so you yourself will know that it is the truth. Now, we already know that the educational system then kept us stupid and dumbed down, so we'll keep on working in this demonic system that they have up and running. So people will go out and believe that this is what they need to do, is get these jobs and continue to work and slave themselves to death. You know, they educated us to be good slaves in their demonic slave system. That's all this has always been. With the books. They did it with the books. You know. They did it with the books. They preached them books to us. They preached to us what they wanted us to know. They preached to us what they wanted us to serve. And they preached to us only that because they did not want us to know what we needed to know. So me sitting up here and I give you all of the truth like I've been doing and give you all of the information for me to go and give you all of it. This is not teaching you. What is going to teach you? You are going to teach you. Once you call out on the Creator is going to wipe that stupid demon off of you. And then when you start doing the research yourself, the Creator is going to allow you to see this information. And all you got to do is check it and verify it. All you got to do is check it and verify it. That's it. So it is on us to want to know the truth, to have the love in our truth, in our hearts for the truth, because we want to know the truth. And if that's what you really want is the truth, then you will get the books and you will do the research and the studying. Because if you don't do it yourself, it's not going to sit with you. That was one of the main problems with a lot of the way things is going on. Because they taught it to us, none of that stuff has ever really settled right with us. None of it. Can't nobody sit up here and tell me they in their heart, just know for a fact everything that we've been taught and brought up to believe was the truth. And if you are, then you got to be one of them people that is up under one of them covenants or something. Because it ain't never set right with me. Never. But I always did as I was told, what I was asked to believe in. Because of who? Because of my overseers, those that was over me. And what do they preach to you in the book? And what do they preach to you in life? Respect your elders, which I respect my elders. But if you notice, elder, the beginning of that word is a curse because it begins with El. El is Elohim. So by them telling us to respect our elders, it has already cursed us. You know what I'm saying? Respect those that are older than you, that are trying to give you the truth, is what should be taught. However, since those that came before us have been deceived in the same way, this is not what we can depend on. We have to have the love in our heart to truly want to know the truth. and do the studying and the research for ourselves. Because once you do it for yourself, nobody can come and tell you, where did you get this information from? Nobody can come and tell you, where did you get this information from, if you know for a fact that you did the research and the studying for yourself. So you know where the information comes from. So they can't come and try to discredit nothing, because you have done the research for yourself. So it will stick, and your knowledge of the truth will increase. So I got a couple of videos on here that actually does break down the book. I got one that is the first one that I did on the book, of explaining the beginning, which is called Creator Broke It Down, showed me how to break it down. And then I got another one that goes into detail of how they tricked and deceived us using word magic. And that one is called Creator Broke Creator it's called Creator Broke the Book Down for Me Part 2. And it goes into much more detail. The other day I did receive a comment, and it was speaking about the comment was something else, but I had seen something about this Eve character, this Adam and Eve nonsense. So when you get the Hebrew breakdown of it, once you do the research and the studying, you get the Hebrew breakdown of the stories. It's Creator created, you know what I'm saying? And he created all the life, and everything was good. Adam is not a person, though they explain it to us in the book as though it is one person. Adam is actually the name that was given to the population of life, to the living, the human beings. Okay? So it was men and women, and they was of all different colors. Right? And there were those that kept not their places appointed to them and wanted to pretend to be the overseers of the creation. And they lied, tricked, and deceived the population of the humans. Now look, of the life, the DNA in the creation. Now they mixed the book up to where some of these things that happened in the beginning when they started deceiving, they put that like in the middle of the book and stuff like that. So when those that kept not their places appointed to them started doing their deceiving and trickery, they was looking at how the life in the creation was doing good, but they wanted to have control over the DNA. They wanted to be the ones leading the DNA in the way that they wanted the DNA to go. These that kept not their places appointed to them, that are the Elohim. It tells you in the book they was on a mountain. The mountain that they are speaking about is the surrounding area that they have tricked us into believing is a ball. The earth is much, 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 much bigger than we have been told. So upon this rock, they will build their church. And also upon this rock, Those that kept their places not appointed to them made a deal and an agreement amongst themselves to go through with this dastardly, dirty deed that has been going on for far too long, that they call the great work, which is the deceiving and the manipulation and the corruption of the creation. So what they did is they confused the languages of the DNA, the people, the humans, the life within the creation. How did they do this? They went down and they taught them all of these unnecessary things. So they taught the people languages. And the languages that they taught were different for each different color of the human beings in the creation. When they did this and started doing this, people started losing their natural creator-given senses to communicate with each other, because now they have been taught to speak in different languages. Once they taught these people this confusion, those that kept their places not appointed to them scattered the human beings. Scattered them. In other words, they took those groups of human beings of different colors, whoever's language that they were speaking, those that kept their places not appointed to them, then overseen over those who they had taught this language to. So if they was Chinese, then the so-called Elohim taught them people that language. If they was Greek, that Elohim taught them people Greek. If they were English, that's where they got it from that Elohim that taught them English. Whichever language that they confused those group of people with is what they taught them. Right along with all of the rest of the foolishness that they taught us how to start corrupting, manipulating, and destroying the creation. But they knew that this plan of theirs was not going to continue in the way that they had confused the DNA in the creation. So what they did is in each one of them different colors of human beings in the creation of the colors, they sought out to make sure that they was going to be able to continue their plans. So each one of those Elohim started corrupting the DNA. So they started taking DNA to make a being that they called the Ishal or the Eve. The Eve has this manipulated DNA, but they still have DNA. So they are still a part of the creation. And that's why later on in the book it tells us that the place for the Elohim that have corrupted the creation, it is only meant for them to go into the outer darkness. But anyway, once they manipulated this DNA from every different color of human being in the creation and made this Ishal, the Ishal now believes that they are created by the Elohim. because they have this manipulated DNA. So they go 100 times hard in the paint for these Elohims that are the gods that are now the evil spirits of the earth, because they corrupted the creation and was cut off and was put into darkness. Once they had already deceived and taught people these languages, as well as manipulated the DNA to create the Ishal, they had already taught the life, the human beings of original DNA, and the Ishal or the Eve, how to pray and how to do witchcraft, sorcery, and magic, to conjure them up out of the darkness, to call them to them. It is much harder for the Ishal or the Eve to get these demons off of them because of the manipulated DNA. A lot of this stuff that you see in the cameras, when you look at it, that is demon possession. And even though you would like to think that you have never been possessed by a demon, you have always been possessed by a demon from your birth. Because of the way that they had corrupted the DNAs and corrupted the creation, they made the system to where this would always be, because of the deal that they made upon this rock. Now, we have already discussed in other videos, or I have, about the pharmakia process. Pharmakia, along with many other things like ritualistic things of killing and the eating of flesh and meat, all of these things are against the Creator's creation. All of them. Right along with what they taught us to do, which was speak to the dead and conjure up spirits from out of the darkness. We are not supposed to have nothing to do with none of that stuff. But because of the way that they have corrupted the creation, all of the creation, mixed DNA or not, it is all part of the Creator's creation. It is none of the creation. It is none of the creation's fault. It is none of the life. It is none of the DNA's fault that it was corrupted in this way. None. In the place of the outer darkness is only meant for those that corrupted the DNA in the creation. It's not meant for the mixed DNA to go into the outer darkness, and it's not meant for the DNA that is not mixed to go into the outer darkness. But if we continue to walk in the footsteps, on the path, in the traditions of the fallen ones that are the Elohim, then we will go into the darkness. I'm not going. Those that continue to follow the traditions of the fallen ones that are the Elohim, that are the gods, will walk themselves into the darkness. Mixed DNA or not. Now, they got a lot of different ritualistic traditions. A lot. And this is the reason why you have to have the love in your heart for the truth, to want to know the truth. so you can get in them books, do the studying, and get out of the books what you need to know. This process will be a whole lot easier if you call out to the creator of all of existence first. But seeing as how the whole world and all of the DNA, mixed or not, has been deceived in such a way that we cannot trust anybody's word, nobody will believe me when I tell them to call out on the creator. That's your choice. I hold no ill will against nobody. We are all entitled to our own opinions and our own ways. Right? Because this is the way that the gods have corrupted the system, so we have to get our own self out of the foolishness. How did I do it? They broke my life down to the point to where I truly thought it was an end. And I called out to the creator right before I was ready to speak to that idiot they had me praying to called Jesus. And I immediately sobered up and I started receiving the truth. And all of this truth started coming to me. All of the so-called scientists and scientistos and the so-called witch doctors, whatever they want to call them, those are your ancient of days witchcraft workers and sorcerers. Everything that they mixed up has always been poison. I will tell you this because it is the truth and you need to know it. You are given an eternal spirit with eternal organs and a body that heals itself by itself, because this is the way that it was created. And everything in creation, the fruits of vegetables of life, the good clean water that we are supposed to get, and that eternal energy spirit being that you call a sun, right along with that energy that's up there now that they keep trying to block out. All of this gives you energy. All of it. Would you like to know more? And would you like to know why that you need to know more? Because they have covered up the fact that we ourselves are eternal. We are living eternal life in the creation right now. Ask yourself this question. Why would you have eternal organs if it was meant for you to die? And why, if these eternal organs are eternal, what is making these eternal organs start to fail and break down when your body heals by itself, when you are eating the fruits and vegetables of life, clean water, and getting sunlight and the energy that has been sent her? Why is your body breaking down? Because we have been following in the traditions of the Elohim, that are the gods, that evil spirits of the earth, and they have now put that up on the creation, so it has now become the traditions of the life in the creation to follow those very same things that got the Elohim's bodies taken away from them. By mixing up all of these different poisons and stuff. By corrupting the very thing that has been given to you from the Creator, which is your body, your eternal soul and your eternal organs, right along with your eternal spirit that you have continuously been tricked into hindering because we have been following after these traditions, calling spirits out of the darkness to us to walk with us and all of this nonsense. But nobody has ever known this because we was tricked and deceived. And you people that continue to lead people on the path in the wrong direction, I got some information for you. And you need to take heed to this information. You out there and you steadily doing that, and you doing this witchcraft and this sorcery, talking and speaking to them demons and stuff, your time is coming soon if you do not turn from your evil and wicked ways and call on the Creator. It's going to be a lot sooner than you think because you continue on that path. Now, I done gave more than 1 or 2 warnings speaking to y'all people about this because you have DNA, mixed or not. The only thing that the Elohim, the demons that y'all praying to, did is corrupted the creation and manipulated the DNA to make it to where it would be easier for the demons to attach to those with the manipulated DNA. You people that are knowingly and willingly, mixed DNA or not, continuing to mislead people away from the Creator and continuing to follow in the footsteps of the traditions of the fallen ones, your time is coming sooner than you think. So heed the warning. Stop doing that foolishness, because it clearly tells you in the book, turn from your evil, wicked ways, and your covenant that you have with death shall not stand. Now, I can tell you this information, and I'm giving you the truth. But like I said, we cannot trust anybody in the creation because of the way that the Elohim, the demons, the evil spirits of the earth have corrupted the creation into following in the traditions of them. So it is impossible for you to be able to trust anyone. Now, everybody is going to come in the truth. They're going to have some truth, and they're going to come into it. Those demons will allow you to have what they want you to have. So as long as you are praying under some sort of God or son of God or some sort of spirit that you done called up, some type of alien or ancient ancestor spirit or some sort of spiritual guide, tarot card reader, shaman, any one of them, they are all calling demons. And if you are dealing with them and you are accepting that, you are accepting demons to settle on you. And they're going to keep you stupid. And they're going to allow you to think that you know what you need to, and you never going to get it. And they are going to walk you right into the darkness with them. And this is why you need to call out on the Creator of all of existence first, so you can get that stupid demonic demon wiped off of you. Even if the rest of the people around you want to continue to be idiots up under that covenant and serving them type of things, don't be the dummy. Because they have kept us dummies our whole entire life from birth, and we didn't even know it. So my advice to everyone and anyone that comes into any information on this channel, listen to the information. Check, research, and check the information. Verify that it is the truth by studying, by getting the books and wanting to know the truth, to have the love in your heart for the truth. It clearly tells you in the book that the whole world is deceived. Many are called, few there be that will receive the truth. Why? Because the God of this world has blinded their minds and hardened their hearts, so they have not the love in their heart for the truth. And what is the truth? Creator of all of existence is the truth. Do you speak it